Woo! Hello, hello, Bado, and welcome, and Kia ora, and welcome to the Guardians of the Gateway, because we are here. I'm Kelly Springer, Butterfly Woman. I am part of the Global Grandmothers Council Network, and I am here to host our show today a bit. Mayana is going to be doing tech for us, so thank you to Mayana. And just want to welcome us right now in this moment to this very powerful time of coming together. This is a very auspicious, amazing moment for coming together to share our hearts with each other. Guardians of the Gateway are just exactly what we are all being right now, coming through this amazing time, this great portal that just opened and ushered us through to a whole new level of existence. And for me, this time door opened 7 years ago after I was in New Zealand. And I worked with the Taniwha, and I was down there remembering my roots with the Waitaha. And I was down there to connect with the prophecy to finish my work with waking up the guardians. And when I was there, I had this most amazing experience with the gateway that was to come the year after their awakening, because we went through the same time door acceleration, 22 galaxies. We moved together with bodies of light coming together. And the whole entire universe is at play in this transformation, because there's no part of life that isn't part of life. However, we are bonded with a group of species of beings and multiplicit in our languages. And after that time door hit, we started speaking light languages in an exponential way, like greater in the world. It was so beautiful. So I know that we are here right now at another time door where everything is shifting. And this is a time to embrace change. You have to really be willing to be goo. Like get gooey. I'm just goo. I'm liquefied. I don't know who I am right now. But right now, in any moment, I'm going to remember, and I might remember something even greater than I could ever imagine myself ever being. And this is a time such as that, a time for embracing change. Butterfly Woman is here to say, embrace the change. I get gooey. And then I come out with my wings. And we speak from our wings, our wisdom. Our wings are the things that carry us through life, that get us through the journey, that help us find all the stuff that we had to navigate and get through to find our wisdom and our truth of being. And when we can come forth with our wings out, we're ready to fly out into the world to share that truth with others, or to mirror it, or reflect it, or to just sit holding it for everyone. Sometimes we don't even need to speak. But today we're going to speak. We're here to talk. So the Guardians of the Gateway, we're here to celebrate this time, this moment, this celebration of life, this expansion into the chrysalis and into the expansion of our winged selves, coming into our multiplicit bodies, understanding the light in every dimension of us, and knowing that we're in the overwhelm with our expanding hearts. We're in the overwhelm with the light. We're overwhelmed by the amount of energy coming at us. And it sometimes will smack you in the face and invite your shadow up to give you big fat kisses on the cheek. And you'll be like, no, and you have to learn how to stop going, no, get away. You have to go, okay, all right, what? Because if you stop and talk to it and find out what it needs, it's just like, don't throw the crying baby under the bus. You got to pick up the baby, pick up your babies. What's crying in you? What's asking for attention? And all that overwhelm sometimes is your light. I had a woman this last week in my healing room who's had a struggle with her health and with eating disorders. And when I helped her connect to her light body, it doesn't eat. And I was like, what if it's not a disorder? What if it's just you reordering and you're perfect without having a big appetite? You need less food. You can feed yourself on light. Or in her case, water. She feeds on water. And I was like, wow. And everything in her body lit up. And she said, I've known this for years, but I didn't know how to say I know this. Sometimes it's just a permission to be our new selves and to rethink everything. The way we look at life, the way we understand it, the way we think we've known it. And at the same time, at this gateway time, The original song lines, the white rose lines, are waking up and have been sung up by our Moose sisters and others. We've been singing them up, and they're waking up. And they're waking up to remind us to remember who we are originally. So this origin is awakening, and this new creation is arriving. And we're in this very interesting place of arrival and newness and remembering and ancient and knowing the sacred and coming in together to be that today. I just am so honored to be here with all of you. I've waited 55,000 years for this day. And I'm not kidding. I mean that. For me, this tracks back to the fall of humanity, to our origins before the fall. And for me, this is full circle day. Coming back 55 years, I've waited to come right here, right now. No wonder I sat still for the last 6 months. Most of the people, even on Global Grandmothers, haven't been seeing me. I am the hermit butterfly coming out of her chrysalis for real. So butterflies and this time of change, invite us to really embrace it and really meet it with our whole hearts as a brother sisterhood of light. This light family that we are remembering to be, this new tribal consciousness of how to come together and unify is very important for us. Us meeting each other and sharing with one another. The return of honor is very important for us at this time. This is where we honor each other even in our differences. You know, it's time to share and not try and make it match. It doesn't have to be harmonized. It just needs to be honoring. I honor you, even in our differences. I honor you and all that you get to say today. So bringing that intention of honor and love, that willingness to transform. I am Kelly Springer, born from Louisiana, from the heart of the boot. I was born by the Red River. I bring the mother of the blood and the vacuous, endless connection to our ancestors that wants to be included in the healing. So I ripple it through the blood and into the aliveness of the family of light and into everything in creation. That's my way. Coming here to sing and dance and praise and celebrate and be in the harmony, the undulation, the goo with all of you. So that is my intention for today, to be here with you. And all of it is that all of life, to embrace all of it, to every breath, the sacredness and the holy, and to look willingly at whatever wants to teach us in the shadows, and to say goodbye to miscreation, that thing that got into our universe that was unnaturally avarice, that does not belong here. Mwah, goodbye. Your time is done. And thank you to the universal gods and creator of life for taking it out and helping us to transition without it, to become new. We are in a very powerful time. I want to invite us to welcome our galactic guardians, the grandmothers of Mu, who are here with us today to share from their hearts. And we wanted to we set an intention, the grandmothers, global grandmothers and I, for you to think about saying who you are, what is your nature, meaning, what is your impetus, and what is your location? So where are you at in nature? And I'm living in Southern Oregon right now, but I'm from the South, and I'm the West Coast ambassador for the grandmothers. I'll tell you that. And what is your inspiration and intention? What is your light wanting to express right now? And we wanted to ask you to take, each of you, 3 or 4 minutes to share, each of you individually, and introduce yourselves and share your hearts with those kinds of thoughts in mind. So who wants to begin? You get to pick up the talking stick.
I'd love to pick up the toko. Thank you so much, Kelly, for that introduction to us and the lead into that. It was very powerful. I feel every word of it. And it's very significant. It's a very significant day, being the 29th of October here in Aotearoa, Land of First Light. So tēnā koutou katoa, beloved shining ones, those of you who are star-seated, who are here for this 26,000 year cycle, who've been here before as well. I'm Nani T, Te Rau Kora Turu Ki, and I hail from the Kopu Temple, which is a temple of Venus, right here in Thames Coromandel in Aotearoa. I'm originally from, well, I was born and raised in Tamaki Makaurau in Auckland, but my family is both from East Coast and Torere and East Coast and up in the far north in Karetu. So yeah, I hail from Tūmarae, and my mother's from England. So I'm mixed heritage, a little bit of a fruit salad, I'd like to call myself, but also, you know, our ancestors, the Waitaha, used to love to blend the bloodlines and have all the different mixes. So yeah, there's a whole other lot of blends in there. So we're very multi-dimensional, it feels like. And so I'm here representing the Galactic Grandmothers of Mu, and we are ambassadors of peace. We're here to support this grand rising of this galactic intelligence that's coming through and walk this beautiful spiral of awakening and assisting others to do so as well, helping them on this beautiful pathway of Hawaii Tapu, also known as Homo Luminosity, Homo Galactica, there's multiple names, the resurrection body, etc. So yeah, that we will walk the beauty way. This is all about the embodiment of the feminine, the divine feminine, and her codings that she's bringing in of receptivity, of allowance, of love, of the deepest love, you know, the mother's love, the grandmother's love, and bringing in that powerful grandmothering quality of compassion and care and supporting people with their shadow and their light. So yeah, we are very connected to this starship, earthship, mothership Mu, and it feels very powerful. I love what you've written up here. Have you experienced the mother wound in your life? That's just come up as a banner, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good one. So yeah, I stand for, and we stand for the principles of Aiyo, which is peace, love, joy, and truth. And joy is a huge part of this. Yeah, it's a huge part of this awakening. And we welcome in all of those who, you know, want more joy in their life and who want to seek more upliftment. And we do this through multiple ways. We laugh a lot. We have a lot of fun when we're together. We do a lot of dance rituals. We do music. We gather in temple spaces. We also do the wisdom circles. And it's just so much fun. And yeah, so this is the frequency of soul medicine. It's something that we are all familiar with. And yeah, we're ready to embark in the world in new ways through kotahitanga, bringing the uniting of people, of tribes, of cultures, of differences. And I love what you'd said before, Kelly, where, you know, it's time for us to celebrate each other's differences and be okay with that, and honor each other in our lanes, because we've all got our own lane. I am a dragon. I'm born in the year of the Emerald Dragon, so I take my role quite seriously. And also I get gifted all these beautiful these beautiful tongas that allow me to be able to use them, or they are guidances for me to support this rising of the dragon codings, which is the telluric realm and the field, you know, the grid, the etheric grid, and doing the weavings on those levels. And you can even hear right now probably got a colonization of a colony of birds here that have set house in the temple. And they also the Manu tribes carry the dragon frequency, so it's helping to communicate from above. And today is my son's 29th birthday on this 29th day of October, so I feel very honoured and privileged to be a mama of this beautiful golden child. His name is Joseph, and his Technicolor dream coat is here in the house, and it's here with the rainbow logos about to give us our resurrection body. So kia ora whānau. Lovely to connect. Passing the toko over to Anha. Yeah.
Okay, kia ora e te whānau. So I'm Anne Haratanui, Galactic grandmother of Moo, and I'm an elder in our council. We've been working with, I better say where I come from. I come from a big water portal, which is Lake Taupō in the middle of the North Island. And we have the most beautiful mountains and hot water, cold water. And I've been building community here since I arrived here 3 years ago, but been building community, New Earth community, probably for 20 years. Some time back, I knew that it was our time to stand tall and to come together. And I always felt in my heart space that we would connect globally to the grandmothers. The big piece was actually connecting with my mother line again, studied the Holy Womb chakra, had a big activation in a ley line, a fault line here in Taupō with Mother Mary. I had an apparition around another sister, and there was a little piece of blue paper that was down in the dirt. And I don't usually go digging in the dirt, but I pulled it out, and it was a blue butterfly. And we put it in the sacred circle. And then later, my higher self said to me, go and look up blue butterflies and Mother Mary. And so I did. And it's actually one of her calling cards when she arrives. She comes with the butterflies, the blue butterflies. So that took me on another journey. So I've always been a light worker. I've always been someone who's active in the community, a visionary, mentor, a healer, but also helping other people to give them the gifts and the tools they need to awaken. We're not telling people stuff, but educating and giving them lots of tools, actually. So, the mother wound, yes, we work with, in our temple, I help Te Raukura run quite a few workshops, and we work with the sister wound, the mother wound, and I only just really healed my mother wound after my mother had passed away for 10 years, and the triggers kept coming up, and also the looping of me catching myself doing the same behaviors that she was. And then I had to come to peace with her, find inner peace with her, that she was just a person on her journey, and we are all the sum total of our ancestors. And so it was my role to neutralize that and to find new programs. So I'm a program whacker. We go after shit and we whack it and pull it out of our tinana, out of our energy centers, and we realign to the light body again, up through the golden central channel, through the soul star chakra, up through the upper gates, through the suns, to the to Io, to Kurikuri, the great mother, and open up all the channels within us. So that's sort of kind of a lot of the mahi that I've been doing. I've just come back from a rainbow gathering, and I stood up as the grandmother, and I gave my kōrero from the teaching that I've been shown from Great Spirit and the Great Mother. So yeah, that's enough of me for now. Much aroha.
Beautiful. Oh, kia ora whānau. I'm Granny Helen, Helen Craddock. I am a mama of 4, a grandmama of nearly 4. I've got another grandbaby due anytime now, so that's beautiful and exciting. I'm a healer. I'm a visionary. I work with sound and water and Mama, the beautiful Earth Mama, who provides us with absolutely everything that we could possibly need. I had a beautiful journey recently with my mama, actually. So it's very interesting that you bring that question up. And we've just come back into each other's space with respect and honoring for what we've been through together. And it's been a journey of around a year. So yeah, I can relate to that on a really intimate level. I had a beautiful connection with our star Mirai last year. Was it even last year or the beginning of this year? Time has just warped into this. It reminds me of a lava lamp, those old lava lamps that you get, and it was just this big blob. And yeah, I connected with our star Mirai and our beautiful, wise, ancient stone people. And it just blew me right open. And then not long after that, I went to Uluru, and we brought the first light message to the land of the first dreaming, because we're quite intimately connected with our cousins over the ditch. And I did pull a card for us this morning from the beautiful Wairua cards, and our sister Bonnie Beatty, who's a beautiful sister, and it was perfect. It's Moi Moia, which is about dreaming. So we are here to bring in the new dreaming, connected in our mutual love and respect and admiration and concern and expansion. And we're coming together in this spiral to weave the magic together. And that's what we do as wise women, as grandmothers. We come together with our beautiful wisdom, and we put it in this beautiful basket, and we get out our needles and we start making this beautiful creation together. And that's what we're here to do, is to bring our message from First Light to you, and then receive your beautiful wisdom from Turtle Island and what you have to share, because the time is now, and the planets are talking to us. They like yelling at us, like pay attention. Last night I got up to go to the bathroom, and I've got this window, and I live in the Tararua, by the way, which is a group of mountain ranges at the bottom of the North Island on the east coast, and my sky is usually pretty clear. And so I looked out the window and I thought, oh, there was this beautiful light coming through the back door, and I thought, wow, the moon's really bright, but I didn't think too much of it, because we're only new moon, we're not even, and I thought I must look at that. And as I looked out the window, I saw almost like a big golden plasma ball, and then it just disappeared. And I was like, wow, what was that? Was that the moon showing me a different face? I don't know. Was that some sort of heavenly body? What was that? But I'm so open to all these beautiful messages that are coming out of our cosmos now. Today, we're at the perihelion of 3i Atlas. Comet Lemon and Swan have been around. We've got all these beautiful harmonic convergences of time and planetary bodies and our bodies, and we really in the birth canal. And for me, as a mama and grandmother, I'm here to midwife that into existence. And I'm a navigator. I come from the island of navigators, and we sail around in our walkers, and we use the stars and the planets to navigate. And so I'm here to help birth that beautiful new baby through the canal. That's where we are at the moment. We're in that transitional phase where we're getting ready to push this new baby out, but we're not quite able to do that. We're in that transitional phase. And so I'm here to birth the baby and to navigate the ship into calm gentle waters. And yeah, water's huge for me, and I work a lot with water. So that's me for now. Whānau, Te Rako.
Thank you all. I have to do a little reflecting because it's White Mirror Day, and so I just want you to know. I want to thank you all for your lovely voices and your personal journeys and your weaving of all that you are bringing to the tapestry that we are. All these threads make us this beautiful fabric piece of magic, this new basket that we're putting together to come home to a womb in. I didn't speak about my work, and I want to share that, and especially reflecting off of you all. My name, Butterfly Woman, came from the Angels of Venus, and they are my family of light from my original first higher body contact. And I'm here at Taiawaiwi Peak, which was the name that was given to Grandma Agnes Baker Pilgrim of the 13 Indigenous grandmothers. She was the spokesperson for the grandmothers, or their chairperson. And they named that peak after her, which means morning star, which is Venus. So I live at the foot of Taiawaiwi Peak. And I'm here with my own heart from Venus, and blue butterflies, the mountain blue butterflies, follow me everywhere I go, no matter whether I'm in Colorado in the Rocky Mountains, on the California coast or desert. If I find myself in the hills of Oregon, these little mountain blue butterflies show up wherever I go, and they're all around me. So they've become my main butterfly totem is this tiniest butterfly. It's about 1/4 of an inch high, and they're very little and they're very small, and their light is brilliant, like brilliant. And I'm just fascinated by them and always have been. And I've been a healer for 33 years. I don't look it, but I'm 63 years old. And I don't look my age. I look a lot younger than I am. And I have 3 children and 6 grandchildren. And I have been a deep core integration healer for this time, and the angelics gave me the name of the practice of what I'm doing, and it really went into Waitaha teachings for me when I heard some of Barry Brailsford's books and spoke to him from the teachers of Mackey and the elders, and understanding my practice is called Love, Wisdom, Power. So it's that. And my path is with the 3 crowns, always balancing. And I embrace the masculine, feminine, all of the dualities, all the aspects of it. And I teach through dreaming and through listening, deep listening practice. And I ciphered a map for wholeness, and it's called the Song of Returning. And I've been practicing with that process and taking people into deep core integration, foundational, transformational healing, homecoming. And coming home to who we are is where we meet our archetypal map, and we meet the archetypes to tell you your purpose. And they're us, within us. And other people can tell you things about you, but no one can tell you who you are and your true purpose. And so we need each other to find the pearls that guide us to those strands that we put together to know our weaving of a self. But we absolutely have to cipher it for ourselves by deep listening and knowing ourselves. So we have to come home to who we are and the individuated soul of sovereignty. And yet we need to be the bundle. So I tell the weaving of the stick and bundle story in my work. I wove it into partnership with learning how to define yourself as a self. Because so many of us have been broken, we've been raped, we've been stripped, we've been beaten, we've been torn apart. I was a raped child at 3.5 and killed, and I came back to life. And I remembered the truth of why we're all here. And I started putting the map together at 33, and I'm 63 now. So look at these 3s. Raped at 3, putting it together at 33, and at 63, I'm in my homostasis of coming together into this coalesced woman who wants to now share. And unapologetically, I stand with Taya in the way, sister, stand up and speak dragon. I was born in the month of the dragon as well, and I've been a dragon teacher for the last 2 years. And I know all about the shunning and the nonsense that goes on in people's minds because people don't understand the thunder beings. But the thundering voice is also part of me, and I speak from the thunder heart. And with my thundering heart, I'm not afraid to come out and sing and dance and speak the truth of what I know to understand. We are always, as humans, trying to blame things for why we are the way we are. What I have learned in my journey work again and again is that there's oftentimes a lot of other reasons why we are the way we are. And there's a whole new framework to look at everything if we allow ourselves to drop in to listen more. And we can never listen enough. And anyone who teaches mastery and inner work knows that there's a continuum to inner mastery. It never arrives, my dears. It's always becoming. And we have to be willing to keep becoming again and again and again. So I have a practice, and I'm here to share the journey. And I also work with water and navigating. And I met your water chief, the first woman chief, came to Santa Cruz years ago. We danced together, and I brought my eagle staff to her ceremony, and I never bring my eagle staff anywhere. And I laid it down on the altar as we danced, and I handed her butterfly puppets, and we danced together. And at the end of it, I said, "Oh, are we complete? Should I take my staff off the altar?" She goes, yeah. I went to pick it up, and when I stood up, she was in my face. And she said, "Do you know what this means?" And I said, "No." And she goes, "You're going to come and live with my people."
Wow.
So I don't know when that's going to happen. I'm getting kind of old, girls. You want me to come? Let me know. Diana has made it back over here for her tech job, and I want to let her say hello to everyone right now.
Well, hello all. Yes, I've been in a swirl, and nothing I thought would work did work. And it's really frustrating to be in that position and be here in a moment when I really need to be in my wholeness and in my strength to have things not working technically and being offsides. And I couldn't get Heather into the Zoom here. So I'm here. We're here. We're live. Everyone from Zoom now can watch us live instead because we weren't able to do that. And I just know that it's important that we're here. And I know that it was important that I made this call happen. I look forward to the moment when I have somebody help me on the technical side, because the technical guru I am not. And fortunately they are listening instead. I can see that in the comments. So my name's Mayana, which means the tree of love. I am the blue lotus that has burst through the human form into a new human. I'm Mama Tink, walking with Papa Pan, bringing together a tinkdom of heartists in Everland. And I'm an experiment that worked. I was tested and tried and came through as, I know that the darkness can't touch me because it can't change the mind of someone who is in the new. And that's the mind control that so many are lost in right now. It's a mind virus. NASA and the CIA in the US have identified this, that fear is a virus of the mind. And that's what they're using right now to keep things in turmoil and chaos. So my job is to be the antivirus and to be the antidote and to be the peace in my heart, no matter what turmoil is happening in the world, no matter what I'm experiencing in the technology side of it. which is a continual thing. I want everyone to know that when the Global Grandmothers Council Network sends an email, it's Google that's saying this might be trying to steal your information. It's Google that's blocking my emails to many, even to Kelly, who is part of our nonprofit, even to my daughter, who has been part of my nonprofit for years. My emails are blocked. And there are things happening. And we're here to say things are changing. And I feel the changing. I just had to speak to the awareness because I'd had one of the grandmothers say, hey, this email came in and it says it might be trying to steal my information. And the emails I get from Global Grandmothers have that banner on it. So there's something going on. The Global Grandmothers are going to be heard no matter what. And we're here and we're speaking and we're standing and we're saying, do all those little things you think you need to do. We are going to really blast the light through right here, right now. And, we've been just talking for about 40 minutes now. And when people have gotten to know who we are and why we're here. I am in Virginia, by the way, Virginia, USA, for those that don't know, East Coast, out in the middle of rural land on 2.3 acres. That's my connection to nature. And now I think it would be good for us. I need to say, I'm going to send this link. I was not able to get Heather into the group. Heather Hall Dudney, who is Grandmother Flor de Mayo's daughter. And this event has come about, we named it Guardians of the Gateway because Guardians of the Sacred is happening in New Mexico, and we are a co-sponsor of that event. And Kelly and I will both be there. It's November 14th through 17th. Wisdom keepers from all over the world are converging with Grandmother Flor de Mayo, one of the last remaining 5 of the International Council of 13 Indigenous Grandmothers. Grandmother Unsi Rita, Holy Dancer, just passed at 104. So there are now 7 on the other side and 5 here. And that happened yesterday. So this is a part of our 7s and a part of the energy of what's happening right now is some elders are going and feeling that. But this event, Guardians of the Sacred, this is about guarding. We are guardians. What does it mean to be a guardian? And I have seen through my life, I've seen men, usually some women, who claim to be guardians. And I see them and they're just watchers. Oh, they're just guarding, they're standing and guarding, and they're just watching what everybody else does. And this is a real important distinction between about a guardian, is a guardian doesn't just stand and hold a space. A guardian is protecting and acting and doing and supporting and uplifting. So we here today are the guardians of the gateway that has opened, and it is massive and we are all feeling it. And I want everybody just to take a deep breath right now. Let's just take a deep breath and hold it and love it and release it in all directions, in all ways. All of our hearts together, united as one. Guarding what is sacred. And we know that our bodies are temples and our bodies are sacred. And our minds are sacred and our hearts are sacred and our children are sacred. And all of the elements of this world is sacred. Our mother is sacred. We are sacred. And we are also guarding our own selves in every moment right now. We must guard our peace and keep it active in every moment. And everything is changing so rapidly that I don't know if Kelly said it in this part or if it was when we talked earlier. We have to be in the goo. We are in the imaginal cells. We are, there's a lot of different metaphors that we can use about what's happening and how we are, but we definitely have to be fluid. We have to be able to flow and not think we know what's coming because we can't even comprehend. We would never imagine what is coming upon us next. It's beyond our even imagination. And we know that what we don't know is always where our greatest treasures are. And so.
Lovely.
Yeah.
One thing just came to mind as you were wrapping up there. In the idea of us coming into this now time, this new time of connection, there's been this beautiful idea with imaginal cell, because our imaginal selves are coming to life and reimagining who we are. And we really are like butterflies in every way. And there's also this incredible undulation happening from something deeper, something more rich and amazing. And we've been waiting to reach our galactic families. I love you grandmothers from Moo talking about your name as Galactic, because this time of reconnecting to the stars is upon us at this moment, because part of our next self in the idea of humanity coming into its greater potential is for us to grow into greater capacity for care. And the dragons taught me that care means communication effectively in relationship to each other. And I was like, wow, that's so great. But to come into greater care with life is also taking better care of ourselves and each other. And that's actually been the Galactic Star Nation's message to me, to you, is we are waiting for you to demonstrate greater heart expanded care and love, because we have a hard time coming near you until you're ready to be that. Because all the star nations are carrying it. They're holding it for us. Many of them are evolved and highly evolved beings that are already holding that candle brightly. And they're inviting us to find our way to this time of greater care. And I was thinking about how you'll see someone on American streets, you can see someone homeless, bedraggled, looking alone, and like they're lonely and have no one and nothing. But if you sit down and talk to that person, they could be the most enlightened person you've ever met in your entire life. And your own judgment from the critical nature of what's supposed to look right or wrong blows out of the water your perception of them and keeps you from getting connected to someone who is actually God talking to you right there. And the divine can speak to us from anyone, anywhere, anytime, any place, if we're paying enough attention, right?
And now it's time for us to be that sound.
Yeah.
We need to really bring it here. We need to go deeper. We need to bring the light language. We need to bring the sound. We need to bring our full selves here now. Yeah. And everyone who's watching live, join us in your own place, in your own way. And
like harmony. Okay. So
I think we can more than one speak at a time on here. So yes. As tones are played, feel free to sound out, drum out, whatever you are called. And if you need the floor, just take it.
So we can sing together.
The harp is refracting a little. Let's go just to voices. Let's go just to voices. The harp is refracting.
Ooh.
Hi. On the Ratanui, I think you wanted to do a call and response light language.
Tōmahi ke I kotoko I ana I ke kaori e te asaka I ana a kone I ke ona a ko one a ko. O tiki a araki I sha toko kone e ki keraki a tako o te ka I ona. Ki na I arako ua I kore ki ia.
Kalaya me katoskue piananda apata etikutuile. Piana ka ashkiti inti kiskiana da ko upilala. Piana koto upilala na kata ayala koshkoshki pia. O la katiana a keroku. Pino uchi like pian ala kataskadene ayana. Kotuna ko piana a ana utewe ama awe pipi. La kataskata ukupilala na akashkoika. Kiana kata alake. Fiana ko piana a pata kashkatu ipila. Teana kata akshkatu ukupalala amana akue. Oh, la kiana kateskia. La 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 la. Amane piano ko awaiwe. Mia kuila. Man akoshkipi ina ta e tiana kata awe papoe. Piano ko e palala ana akashketi ana kawipi. Oh, la katashketi. Piano ko tu la 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 ne iki. Tiana kate ashkatu ipila. Viena koela ha. Wash kiano wipia. I fiano okupi. Areata akshkotu upilala. Oh, fule apena kati iski. Oh, la la la. Amena ko ipilare vieskotu ipila. Piano uewa. Piana awewa amano uwa putiski. Shela abena akatoeska. Ashe. Pian koela. Ashe.
And this is really about standing tall, and we've come into the Dragon Council now. Is there any more responses here?
Kare oro kiro riro kirim roi te kai rudi with ketika kain tre bogaj dero estro kata kain kroi kain dox skala dain to kupe ne ka kashkde gundra e prain to ice cream kontash ka o krem da kain toshkala la nan kompra es kain tre o kota I mata kin toshki ramaya ka e romai atruski ka prai kukuia he pui o ia nei o ia i gosh kara o ia to koroi o pitai ki I o ro hi o ia I o I ki mai o
It's just hearing the Dragon Council kōrero. We need to breathe in and hold it in the heart chakra and hold it in and let it resonate throughout all our fields. So breathing in together. Breathing it, holding it, letting it resonate, clearing and releasing. Any other responses there?
Isi nana mai te wesi ai toki manda vashna la kato wasi kina mami to go no no vasi to kish na la lita kampando do koti amana mo kuti te te ko no te si so ete ki ta no no te te na la la pukiboni hi waso ai so te kana vaso ni ni na maha ita po tu shita shita te tu 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 na yatan kan wanda thing na hahiki ina ai ta poko ka yisi no ben kala no blanco yeah go hashinka
Kota ni kapaya shakatoya na maya na kundian jun skotida aikadu garagi ashataka amiana ikina mahoya ne mehe shakatia ana ikima iana agoro oyente shikika io to kondia kim kon ki shakado ia agode e buru gidega aya. This is a transmission. Without love, we are nothing.
Ashe. Oh. Kuela. Kuela. Amana kuela. La 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 la.
As the portal opens and is opening and continuing in its opening, we are guarding. We are guarding the portal for its purity. We are guarding this portal for its intended purpose of transformation and transmutation, transliteration and translation. This portal is open to all of a pure heart and clear mind. The portal is open to all who know their heart and know their mind.
Bringing in that Dharma of all the souls that are bringing in their love and their light and sharing and teaching and being of service to humanity, bringing in their highest vision for this portal, this opening, this gateway, bringing in the ancient maps, the maps being resurrected from beneath, from within, all coming to the surface, raising Mu, the grand mothership that we stand upon, letting her essence coalesce through us, from us, as the dreamers of the new dream, weaving together this beautiful intelligence, this new way that none of us know what it even looks like, feels like. The unprecedented power that's rolling through us, through our veins, through our plasma, as we receive as receptacles of information, this intelligence, this DNA upgrade, as we become pure vessels of receptivity in the beauty way, allowing it to flourish through us, through this beautiful grand galactic super wave coming in to allow us to flourish into this resurrection body, beautiful rainbow-like body. Away, feeling ourselves open up to sound, to these beautiful beings of light who are here with this divine intelligence that we all feel in our bones, mirroring our higher selves, the higher versions of who we be, imprinting us with the Edenic codes of the Garden of Eden, the Mu consciousness of purity, of love, auric love, of abundance, of flow. So it is, so it is, so it is.
We're connecting everything. Galactic, cosmic, physical, all one. Light body, physical body, all one. All our ancestors, our loved ones that are in their spirit body, they are one with us. North and south, east and west, one people, one tribe, one nation. Aho. This is true.
Be illuminated by the beautiful rays of the solar logos coming into our bodies, into our heart space, opening that beautiful rose in the heart space, opening it so it blossoms into a beautiful sacred red rose, and smell the scent, your scent, wafting out upon the wind, getting out there. Smell that beautiful scent, your scent getting out into the earth, creating that beautiful garden with all these magical flowers in the garden, all these beautiful winged creatures in the garden, the butterflies, the dragonflies, the bees, opening into those beautiful flowers, into that pollen, smelling that beautiful scent, and then taking that out to the rest of the world and dropping it on the other flowers and opening them up and allowing their scent to waft out onto the air and the earth plane and shine like the golden ones that we really are, that beautiful golden solar light that's infusing into our bodies, illuminating the shadowy bits that we need to hold with the compassion and love of the mother, that beautiful mother energy that's coming back. We sit in the stillness and the darkness and we observe and we hold in compassion those parts of ourselves that we're integrating back into the wholeness of who we be, a beautiful, magnificent, shining light of love and joy and childlike wonder as we open our eyes through the eyes of the child and we see the beauty that's held in everything that is on this beautiful planet that we have control over birthing, and we're birthing that now. Every one of us, by doing our own sacred work on ourselves, it goes out and it reflects into that consciousness, that collective consciousness, and we're all starting to mirror that beautiful work that we've been doing together, that reflection of each other in our gardens, our flowers, our blooming, our beautiful scents, our shining ones, with all our beautiful pollen upon us that we're sticking to each other as we move through our garden together. Aho, it is so.
It is so.
It is so.
Feeling into the rainbow. All the colors, all the magic of the children of the light coming together to weave this tapestry, this new tribal consciousness of love that also honors peace and dismantles all that has been miscreated, all the things that were destructive, as we weave our way through unconstructing the destructive and bringing ourselves all together in this new form of peace. When there's no longer a loaded gun on the planet, there's no longer destructive, massive weapons of destruction on the earth, when we can no longer feel those energies in the background of our life. Imagine right now with me and with each other how much more peaceful being on earth will become. Ashe, standing in the light of that quiet stillness that actually is calling to exist here. May we find the way to actualize every bit of this dream, every word we've spoken, every thought we've shared. May the weaving become us. May we become this weaving of light together as a humanity, as a human family, as a united force of light, a stronghold of the light, united together, sustained love. May we continue to grow love, sustain it, grow love, sustain it. Grow love, sustain it, and never fall. Together. Woo! Okay. Gather in all that love, all that juice, all that energy we were sharing with each other. Woo! Gather it in. Take it into your heart.
You know, once a great teacher.
What was that?
A great teacher of mine once said, you know, about our shadow, and we sit with our shadow every day, yeah. Mm-hmm. And so she said to bring the shadow with the light and through the heart space and keep breathing in divine love and acceptance till we unify that aspect. So there's no duality. And even the other day, I was thinking about something I did wrong when I was a child, and I thought I'm going to go along that timeline, and I'm going to get that 7-year-old and bring her back home to my heart space, and I'm going to forgive her. I think I stole something from my auntie or something, a pack of cards or something, and so I brought that aspect of myself home to heal. And this is what we can do. We can run along the timelines, grabbing that aspect at whatever age it was, and we can forgive that aspect of, you know, how unconscious we can be at times, right? And bring it into the wholeness within our heart space. So I hope that helps some people today to hear those words.
Yeah, we can become our own mother and father now as an adult, and we can give our wounded child the things that they didn't get from our parents for whatever reason. Now we are able to be our own parent to that wounded child and bring that child back into safety and wholeness. Yeah, and just hold compassion and nurturing love, for that child. We've really got to hold ourselves in that space of nurturing and loving all parts of ourselves. That's how we alchemize. That's how we become golden, right? As we allow that alchemy to happen and infuse those parts of ourselves into our being, because that's what we are. We are duality. We live in duality, and it's time to bring that unity back, that feminine masculine balance back into ourselves, and become our own father, mother, child, and be in right relationship with ourselves through that, and then with others as well. And just have real compassion, because that's what's been missing. That beautiful feminine, mothering, nurturing energy has been missing for so long, and all those beautiful divine feminine mysteries. And that's what we need to bring back, is that balance. Bring that balance back, and it's okay to soften. We all have those parts of ourselves that do soften, and sometimes we do fall into dark spaces, and sometimes we think, God, is this ever going to stop? But these are the times we need to have compassion and love for ourselves and hold ourselves with the highest respect and the highest love, because we wouldn't hold other people any less, right? So we have to start doing that for ourselves. And that's how we come into the light. That's how we allow that density to move out of our etheric bodies, and allow that beautiful cosmic light, that plasma that is radiating on us from all the planetary bodies now. 3i Atlas has sucked up a bit of Mars and a bit of Venus, and now had a lot of sun explosions, and it's about to come around and let us have all that beautiful juice that it's just sucked up. So we have to be ready to receive all that goodness. And if we're all dense and clogged up with all that other stuff, that old, tired, looping stuff, it's time to let go of that now, and observe it, acknowledge it, hold it with love and compassion, let it go, make room so that all that goodness can flow through you, and switch on all those parts of you that you've forgotten that you have, and remember who you be, because you be amazing. And
do it now. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait till tonight. Do it now.
Absolutely. We've got to stop living in the past. It's gone. Right? Learn the lessons, absolutely. Bring the valuable pieces, absolutely. But the past is over, and the future's not here. It's not, and it's not promised. We live in the present because it's a gift. Every single moment that we're in this now moment is a gift, and that's all there really is anyway, right? There's just the now moment. So this is where we do our best work, is in this minute, in this second of every moment. So that's
And
what we have to be.
Sorry. What I find really helpful for me is moving my body and just letting the movement flow through me, whatever emotion is going through me, especially when I'm dealing with trauma or something that I've become unsure of in myself, or caught myself out in something and I want to process it. I just move my body, and I find that dancing really helps. And especially because when I was younger, I got kicked out of ballet school because I didn't know my left foot from my right foot. So, kind of was like, oh, they stopped me from doing that. So it made me more determined, as an adult, to kind of, really move my body and share that wisdom with others, the body wisdom, because it holds so much. You know, this is a somatic way of clearing. It's a very somatic process. And yeah, grief, whatever it might be, just allowing that to move through you and being really present, like, you know, that gift to ourselves and helping those waves come through, and also inviting that interstellar consciousness of the 3-eye atlas, which is a very, very ancient intelligence. It hasn't been here for 26,000 years. So we don't have, like it's been spoken before, that we don't have a clue what that's actually going to mean for us, but all we know is that we can actually feel the upgrades happening already. It's flowing through us, but we can't stop it from doing that. This is what's happening. People are actually kind of scared of that. They're letting the mind virus start to take over, and oh, that's wrong, you know, judging it. We've got to get out of the judgment of right, wrong, good, bad, evil, you know, great. It's actually that all those rules are thrown out now. We've got to stop going into that judgment of what we think we know, because we know nothing. And just when we think we realize we know absolutely nothing. So this is the recalibration. It's a reset. We're receiving a reset, and we need to just be very, very present to it. Take lots of time to be by yourself if you can, and, you know, like grounding and hydrating. But I'm finding I'm not even hungry at the moment. I have to, you know, just eat lots of nutrient dense foods and really look after ourselves. Lots of magnesium, because of the jittering, you know, because when we're receiving this much light, it's very jittery. There's a vibrational matching that's going on with the energies, and it can be really discombobulating. So making sure that we're mineralizing our water with cell salts and magnesium, soaking our feet so the energy can just pour out of us. All of the density, we have to clear the density so that more light can come in. And, you know, got to be these receptacles to do that. So that's why the feminine is so important. So yeah, this is
That's it, Te Raukara. But I'd like to pick up the rākau now and have a kōrero about our journey. And so before the Galactic Grandmothers of Mu, Te Raukara had, and she can have a kōrero about that, but she brought through a whole teaching from Lemuria, from Mu, and it's a body technique called kahara. And kahara, we do deep, deep tissue release. The whole body technology. So I think before we talk about our name as well as the galactic part of that, of our name and what that really means, I'll hand it over to Te Raukara to talk about kahara, because it's really, really powerful. And it changed a lot of us in actually moving off the old dense cellular memory.
Yeah, kia ora, sister. So yeah, kahara was a transmission from the Lemurian beings who showed up to me in physical form, 13-foot, kind of looking galactic beings. They showed me some sequencing to do with the body, and that was way back in 2010, something like that. It might have been 2012. I can't even remember, but it was a while ago. And yeah, it's a Mu body work, and working with sacred stones and working with releasing cellular memory, but also you're working with sound in the body, using sound technology and crystals. So all of it combined is like an elixir of life. It's also comes from the Temple Beautiful, when we used to hold space for the whole village, where they used to come and receive their healings. So they would have their clearings done on the body, working with the hot stones and the crystals and the sound. So that's, you know, started to weave together. But then the Galactic Grandmothers of Mu wasn't always the Galactic Grandmothers of Mu. It was once the grandmothers of Waitaha. But we offended people by using that name because it's actually associated to a tribe and an iwi corporation. So we had to retract that because we were getting a lot of attacks. Yeah, like not very good things were happening, and we decided, well, we had to change our name. So as of February this year, we had to do a public declaration that we're changing our name to the Galactic Grandmothers of Mu, which is what we really stand for anyway. But we still hold, Waitaha is something that we still hold dearly because we're all, essentially every person on this planet is Waitaha, unless you're not of this, unless you're not born of a womb. So yeah, we're all living standing waters, and that's literally what Waitaha means. Yeah, this is us honouring ourselves as plasma beings. We're here as receptacles for this plasma light that's coming in, the hydrogen that's coming in from the sun, that's upgrading us. And now more than ever, it's really important for us to acknowledge that, because the waters are carrying all the codes, the information, the memory, and also the DNA. So this is what we're basically receiving now, refracted from 3i Atlas, which is a huge reset technology anyway. And, so much more is going on. Big timeline, man.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I think too also that I got a download that we needed to change our name, because the name is a vibration, and we wanted to be more holistic, more united with all tribes. We don't want to be just one thing. We want to be a collective of what we are here now together. And so that's where the Galactic came in. It's all the galactic nations, all the Earth nations, all the star nations. It's not just one teaching. We're multidimensional beings, bringing all our teachings in to a big portal together. And this big cauldron we're stirring up to create a new reality and bring our original blueprints back. There's eldership, the mothership Mu, the memories of Mu. I remember being at the fall of Mu. It was so powerful. And many stories about Mu that we can probably talk in another podcast or something, all our experiences. But that's what it is. It's incorporating, the Galactic Grandmothers is incorporating all people, all teachings.
I love that. And that's, our purpose as the Global Grandmothers Council Network is to network all these different groups together. That we're not the council, we're not the council, we're the network of councils, because there are many, many, many councils. And it's so important that we come together and bond together in our hearts, not just meet, not just share together, but really bond. And it's that bonding that we are doing, which I am so grateful for in the Global Grandmothers. The many, many women that I have come to bond with here has been nourishing for my soul. And I know it's strengthening for the heart coherence field that we are creating. And this golden tone that's going all around Earth and all through the stars that we are just a part of. And I just think this is a wonderful gathering that we have come together in this way. And I look forward to continuing. That we want to go deeper. We want to do more. We want to have specific things that we can do together. We'll probably have some paywalls along the way because we all need supported. So, this gathering together, this is our gift, because the gifting happens first. And so we gift to you, and then you'll find ways to gift to us. And we appreciate the gifts, and we need the gifts. We all do. We all need the reciprocity. And, you know, I before you started speaking, Tay, your dance that you shared on Facebook yesterday, I think it was, or the day before, you had a dance that you were moving, and this live stream you did is so powerful. Our bodies know what we need to let go of. And I love that you were showing the way, the interpretive dance, letting your body move the way it wants to move, not because it's a dance that somebody taught you. It's, oh, my body wants to do this right now, or it wants to do this, or it wants to do so, you know, that's so important. And I loved your figure eights that you were doing with your hips and your legs and your whole body, your whole being. Those infinity movements are so powerful. And we can do this in our own homes, in our own ways, with our own music or with our own inner music. But move. It's so important to move. It's so important to let it through us from our peaceful core.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. We have this amazing peace initiative that me and Mayana are working on to bring to the gathering in New Mexico. And I've been an ambassador and a prayer holder, a sacred mother for peace my whole life, and for lifetimes. And I believe that Armada around the earth holding it with us. So to make certain that we, in this time of change, don't do we don't do the unthinkable things, and bring about something greater, and remain open right now for ourselves and our hearts to be able to gather in all of this loving energy and meet in it fully, to be open. Everything for the last 6 months in my cocoon was busting me to be open. It was perceiving myself and packaging myself. Nope. Deciding to be this. Nope. Calling myself this. Nope. It was like that the last 6 months. It's not easy because in our world, people believe you have to have yourself packaged to present. You know, you have to come out with a niche or some idea. But I had to like step back from all of that and just sink into the goo. And no, I just need to be gooey and open in this present moment, because all of that peace that wants to find a place to land inside of my heart right now is taking me right in. And a beautiful center, that beautiful light is right there. And I know a lot of people struggle to get to that quiet place where they can even drop in. And some people don't know when they decide to meditate that to prepare to listen is an idea that you should embrace. To think about preparing yourself to listen. When you've been busy, your mind is like chatter. And you try to get quiet, and you get quiet, you close your eyes, and it chatters away. And you can't focus to meditate. So it's an idea right now to think about preparing yourself for listening. So unwind. Think about unwinding all your burdens. Even go counterclockwise and dance counterclockwise, releasing all thoughts that are burdensome as you do that. And then you can do this practice where you pull in, and you can even use the color red to pull it, like you're just giving it over to the source. The red is taking it, it's releasing it. My grandfather in the spirit world, who's Cherokee, 5 generations behind me, taught me to do this. To unwind. Unwind from the world, unwind from your thoughts. And then call in the white light to fill the void and go clockwise and wind in the positive, the opposites of what you let go. Bring in the positive. And you can do it standing and physically move it. It's a wonderful movement. And then you come in. and you cut cords with you and everything else and invite your life force back to yourself. And then try and go in and listen and be still. Because when you do those steps, you actually get ready to listen. And your mind and body is with you in it. So I think, sisters, we have to move to get quiet. We have to move the energy to get still enough to take it in and to receive messages. And it's a process, you know? It's a process to get there.
I have a song. I have a song coming through.
Oh, great.
It's an oldie but a goodie. When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrow like sea billows roll, whatever my lot thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I want to say that this here, the map that you see that we're all wearing,
Oh, yeah.
has actually got a wheel down the bottom, and it's the wheel of love and forgiveness. And this spins, and it's part of the sacred site that the whole planet belongs to, which is the spinner chakra, Roto Po Namu. Which is, what we are. We are all living, standing waters, living, standing Po Namu, which are the pillars of Mu. And so this is the water marae that Anha lives quite close to, but it's actually centered in this wheel of love and forgiveness. And as it spins our chakras, and it goes up. It goes up the vertical Po, and it goes all the way through the blue diamond. The blue diamond is, of course, the male womb of our throat, and this is where we invoke from. But it's also part of a prophecy. It's the first light prophecy. It's part of the first light. Of course, blue is the first light on the spectrum of light, and so it's how we all came here. We came through the blue light first. We came as blue consciousness before we became flesh, and then we come all the way up to the abode of the Christ, which is where we're heading now. This is the resurrection pathway. This is a map of our solar light body. Our rainbow light body has many names for it, but also it feels like a resurrection map, resurrection body map. And we come through the abode of the Christ, which is what we're experiencing with this three-eye atlas, solar logos, anointing, and we are literally crowning. We are the second coming of Christ. This is it. But no, it actually has to happen through the feminine body. So we have to be able to receive it. But I really felt to share this map. There's apparently 16 maps that all align to this. And I feel that your map, Mayana, is one of them. It's the Blue Lotus map. And it feels very connected to this.
Yeah. Yeah, the Blue Lotus chakra bloom. And when I saw their map, I was like, oh, you have to see the Blue Lotus chakra bloom. It's very similar. It's the transformation from Homo sapien to it called Homo spiritus or Homo luminous. It doesn't matter what the name we use. It's what name does it call itself? And that's interesting because this morning, just before Kelly and I connected, I was like opening my lotus petals and having my Eye of Ra up here and connecting in with Three Eye Atlas, and because they just opened the petals like a lotus. Petals just opened on Three Eye Atlas. So I was feeling that and being that big that I could connect with it. And
Hmm.
I felt the question. We're calling you Three Eye Atlas. Who are you? What do you call yourself? What is your nature? The questions we were answering today came because I asked these questions of Three Eye Atlas. What is your name? What is your nature? Where are you from? Where's your connection, your landing place? And what is your purpose? Why are you here? And I'm not saying I have the answers to those, but those poured out of me as Kelly called, and I'm like, oh, this is how we need to start our call. This is why we need to start our call this way, because it's important to know who we are and what our nature is and why we're here and what we're doing. And and I just know it's blessing. I feel the joy and the blessing in it. And humans are really going into fear. They really are. And the governments are trying to build fear. And all of the world are pouring information in moment by moment, even though NASA is not. NASA has stopped sharing the images. NASA stopped all communication about Three Eye Atlas. But the rest of the world is keeping us informed.
Yeah.
Especially
It's
like
not
China.
just,
It's also not up to them because we are antennas and we are the antennas, you know.
Yeah.
We really are. And our antennas are wide open. And like you spoke to it and it mirrored back to you the questions. Who are
Right.
you? What do you stand for? What are you doing? And we brought that to us today.
Yeah.
Thanks to you. So I think that's the antennas are on when contact is really ready to happen for us as a humanity again. When all ET brothers and sisters are going to land in right in front of us, and we're going to get to embrace each other and speak to one another again.
Mm.
And we're going to be really ready for it. And it's because our antennas are open. So that openness that we are all speaking about, it's really important to stay open, receptive, and ready to meet things, ready to meet beings, ready to meet yourself again, ready to meet your higher body, able to meet your golden goddess, your golden god, your golden light, the beauty of you, how you are emanation of the one thing. We are all emanations of the one thing. And so being here together in that beautiful, unified, absolute, beautiful truth that we put words to 1,000 different ways, but it all means the same thing: the glory of light, the divine love, exponentially infinite in its expression. It has no limitation. It's ever being. And for us right now, in the glory of all that, there's this wonderful thing one of our grandmothers came up with: the call to arms. You know, the call to arms is about a weapon and a warrior, but what if your call to arms from the grandmothers is your call to the arms? We're calling you into our arms. And Michelle gave us that, and we were like, yes, this is what grandmothers are doing. We're calling you to arms. We're calling you into our arms, and we want to hold you. We want to be held, and we want to hold each other. And this is a very powerful container, what grandmothers bring in their wisdom in their hearts of holding so much love for us. We've all been working as navigators and healers and wisdom keepers and practitioners, and we have methods and teachings and things to share with you and ideas and concepts. And then we also want to let you spit it right back at us. I always tell my students, you have permission to teach back to me anything I've taught you that you see me forgetting. We are so forgetful. We know, and then we forget what we know. And we're very good at forgetting. And it's just really important that you stay open enough and humble enough to be able to tell anyone you're teaching something to that you can teach it back to me if you ever notice I've forgotten. And that is really meeting right here, you know? And grandmothers know how to do this. They're not trying to be above you. They're right here with you. They're really right here. And we know how to be this. Grandmothers in wisdom know how to hold this place of meeting you and being equal to each other and not greater. Just we're right here noticing, oh, I stubbed my toe and poked my finger. Do you have a Band-Aid? Oh, I think I need a drink of water. I'm hungry right now. Oh, I fell over. Did you see that? I tripped and fell and almost broke my arm. Oh, well. So that's today. And grandmothers will meet you in whatever it is, whether your bucket's half full or empty or trying to find its way to being something. So in the glory of humility and just gentleness and wanting us to be so aware that we all matter, that you're all important, that you all have something to bring. And I always like to tell children, come into those arms, come to these arms, because children, I know you're here with the greatest light of awareness ahead of us. You know ahead of us what we need to become because you're carrying the future inside of you. And if you don't see it happening in the world because we haven't made it for you yet, don't give up on yourself and don't give up on us. We need you to carry it. And you're supposed to grow up and teach it to us. So don't forget you're here as a messenger with something greater to teach the world. And that's always something I want to say to young people. Don't lose hope. If you don't stop, it's up to us.
The other thing, I just wanted to say that most of us have had contact experiences already. So this is the thing. We've had contact experiences with these galactics, us grandmothers, I think we were a little bit more sensitive and sentient to it because we've been around the block a few times and kind of know energies a little bit more. We've sort of more receptive to different energy signatures. And those of us who have had contact experiences will have, this is what they've been waiting for us to be ready. And there's enough of us now who've had the contact experience for them to feel safe enough to show up. And I feel we are going to have a lot more contact, and we're probably already getting contact, certainly in dream time, certainly in, like living situations like yourself, Helen, Granny Helen, this morning. That felt very powerful, what you experienced. I've had them literally manifest in front of me multiple times, and they've come in rainbow form quite a bit. And so many situations. And it's not just NASA that have shut down on their sharing, it's the whole world. All the platforms have shut down. There's a few little sneaky images coming through being leaked, and I'll tell you what, that vessel is a super vessel. It's such a huge craft, and
there's another one coming that's even bigger. There's another one on track following it that's so huge. It's like 1,000 times.
Apothecus. Yeah.
Well, NASA photographed a very large object that was 10 times bigger than our sun. And the headline said, "We can't figure out why it hasn't blown up." And when you look at it, it's totally Mother's ship. It's pink as can be. It's God source in her ship. It's like she's here. So there's been like this incredible amount of activity all along. We've never been alone here. We're not alone in this place. And we haven't been alone. And we have had landings, and there have been disclosure in the US. They've been working so hard to get the cannons opened up in all the tight holding of the secrecy and the background black governments or whatever that are going on that are keeping us from talking about our ET encounters that have been happening on the earth. If you have ever been to, I don't know about where you all live, but where we live in the US, in 9 Mile Canyon, there's this beautiful petroglyph art everywhere. And there are ETs all over it, and spaceships. They're all over the rocks. They've been carved there for thousands of years. We have never been alone. So what you're saying, Taya, totally perfect, darling. Thank you for speaking that. because yes, the encounters have happened, and they've happened a long time ago, and they've been happening, and they're going to continue to happen. And I think you're right, increasingly so. And God willing, oh man, Goddess Mother, yes, please let that happen, because we really need to get to another place of care as a
And
human.
we have to be in that place of peace to receive it, like you were, like when those beings came to you,
Mm,
you had to be in that place to be able to see them, to be able to receive them. We have to be ready to receive
mm,
more than just what we think we want to receive. We have to receive what's coming and what's best and what's good. And that's beyond our frequencies sometimes. So our frequencies have to be consciously considered as we go through our days. And then more and more people will be having these wonderful experiences that are life changing, life altering.
yeah.
You have to be in communion with yourself, right? As to be able to receive, right?
Yeah.
So if you're still fighting internal battles with yourself, you're
Right.
not going to receive that wisdom from those higher beings, because you can't get your frequency into the space to meet them, which is why we have to get rid of all these programs that we're running. And fear, what is fear? Fear is false evidence appearing real, right? It's a manufactured emotion that they keep you looped in so that they can control you, because scared people are easier to control, right? And what is there to be scared of, really? You're just scared of the unknown. That's all it is. It's because you don't know what it is, and you can't control it in any way, shape, or form. And we're really good at trying to control things. And that's that real masculine energy that we've all grown up in. And it's time to be receptive, like that divine feminine energy, and allow and not control, to be in that space of peace, and being the observer, and allowing that to come in, because it could be the most amazing thing that will ever happen to you in your lifetime, if you allow it to be so. And we are also the creators of our reality as well. So what you think and what you believe is what you will receive. So if you are living in that fear-based place, that is what you will receive. But if you're living in love and unity with everything and every being, and that goes from the plant, mineral, telluric realm, the cosmic realm, everything, and in that harmony, that's when you receive those amazing journeys together with those beings. That's when they'll come in. That's when you can understand them. That's where you'll receive all those downloads, all that beautiful technology that you are, that beautiful soft technology. That's where you get to switch all that on and do all those amazing things that Yeshua said you could do, like walking on water and creating wine out of water, and feeding people. You name it, we can do it. We're amazing. And that's what our star whānau will teach us as well, how to remember to be as amazing as we really are, because we've been told we're nothing. We're just these little nothings floating around on this ball in space by ourselves, which is so far from the truth of who we really are. We're magnificent sparks of divine creation that can do anything that the Master Jesus did, because that's what he came to show us. Or any of the great masters, right? Look at the beautiful divine feminine, Mother Mary. What a powerhouse. How underrated has she been our whole lives? We've been told that she was this meek, consenting, she comes over as a pushover, and yet she's this hugely powerful divine feminine in her own right, who created this beautiful avatar through parthenogenesis, You know, if that's not powerful, I'm not sure what is, right? To be able to create that from your womb space, and that's the power we have as women, right? Because we have that womb space, that creative space, and that's part of what our teachings bring through as well, is, you know, about the womb space and how powerful your womb space really is, and how it's not just a portal to create humans, but you can create through that portal whatever you want, right? And we just got to claim it back. That's part of the journey we've all been on, right? With the denigration of the women and the womb, and yeah. So that's why it happened, right? Because we are beautiful, powerful, divine beings that create, and this is what I believe this technology is bringing to us. It's bringing back that remembrance of our divine form, you know, and that we need both the feminine and the masculine together, right? The feminine is the receptive, it's the receiving, and the masculine is the action part of it. It's the, you know, it's the sword, it's the driver. So we need to be both. And we were once androgynous, right? We had both sexes before the fall, and that's where we're going back as we raise up, to remember that we're coming back into unity in all way, shape, and form, and that with our planet as well, you know, and with the beings that we share the planet with. And remember, our visual sight is so limited. We have no idea what's in the space with us, really, right? It's quite a busy space, and we don't even realise who we're sharing it with, right? But if we're receptive to that, we can get all that somatic download from these beings that are there. You know, I'll quite often see something out of the corner of my eye moving, you know, or, you know, you have just flashes of knowing, or, you know, you think about somebody and all of a sudden they're ringing you on the phone, or, you know, there's all sorts of just beautiful little, we call them tohu, that, you know, that you can follow, like Hansel and Gretel with their breadcrumbs. You know, we do the same sort of thing with our signs. You know, the butterflies are a really great one. Dragonflies, you know, the bird tribes,
hummingbird.
The bees they're beautiful beings from Venus, you know. With so much here. The whale. I mean, we just had the beautiful Migaloo, the white whale, show up, who's really, really significant for our journey, because our kaitiaki, Dr. Rangi Marie Rose Arekirangi Peri, Taruki Peri, she became the white whale when she passed over. So to have her up here now at this time, down on our you know, on our Te Waiponamu, as we are, you know, the living, you know, pillars of Mu, here she is leaping out of the water, you know. What a sign, you know, for our path, you know. And white is such a sacred, as it is for, you know, you guys in the northern hemisphere. It's such a sacred color, and we've been having white tui that have been appearing, and white fantail, white kiwi. Like a lot of the Manu tribe here have been coming up white as well. So it's a super special time of this birthing of this beautiful new. Oh, it's so exciting. And it's white. It's so pure. It's back to where we were supposed to be, that original blueprint, that remembering of who we always were before all that distortion and that interference. Yeah. So it's
the white rainbow, the white rainbow trail that we were on in Australia, and how that all connects to the white. Yeah, we brought the first dreaming, and the first dreaming and the first light came together on our trail at Te Whenua o Te Moimoia, which is the land of the first dreaming. And we anchored it everywhere we went. We actually consciously anchored it. Now, there was a set of twin flames there, and someone carrying the rose line. And we were actually on the plane visioning the rainbow anchoring at each point that we were landing on the aeroplane and going to the sacred sites. And we had to go to Melbourne, and then Brisbane to Melbourne, and then Melbourne to Uluru, then Uluru back to Melbourne, and Melbourne back to WA. So there was multiple points that got landed, and I got gifted this hat by the originally spirit elders, which has all the white rainbows on it, and then it has all the golden feet, which are the golden children doing the walk. And we had quite a few people join us on the journey, celebrate at different points. So everything got landed at the first dreaming, and the first light had a divine marriage. And 9 months later, the white rainbow comes to us in physical form as a white whale. And this is a tohu. It's a huge symbol of what we have done. Everything is now being revealed outside of ourselves. We didn't think, we thought, well, something big's going on. We're not even going to question it. We're just doing it. This is what the call of spirit was. You need to do this date, go here, do this. Yes. Had no idea what the concerts were going to be. And of course, there's been huge tohu that have actually confirmed it outside of ourselves. So this is not imaginary. This is us creating the new dream.
Yeah.
And and it's being revealed now. And, Granny Helen came with me on that journey. And there was another people, there was a couple of other whānau who came. There was one, a twin flame that came, and those were able to be done proper way. So, very powerful mahi.
I love those confirmations. They're so helpful. They're not necessary, but they're really enjoyable. I love them.
Yeah, we had the confirmation of the rose line too in our photos, and how it's moved from the feet right up into the throat chakra. So it's like almost that triple crowning, the Hierophant, and that's the time we're in as well. So that was really special.
I think a big piece too is that we have been embodying our light for quite a few years. Because everything has to be embodied. We can't be too airy-fairy. We've got to embody that. That is the grand rising, right? When we are aware of who we are, where we came from, why we're here. And so we've opened up all our light channels inside ourselves through the chakras into the light body to have communion with our galactic self. And we are the offspring of the creator. And so it's like a reclamation. And that's what I think 3i Atlas is. It's like the awakener. And we're receiving it, like you said, sister. We're like the antennae. And it can't be hidden, right? They can't hide a great big ship. So we know.
Not mama.
Don't hide mama. We don't need them. We don't need them to tell us what something is. We're using our higher faculties, our higher intuition, clairvoyance, clairaudience to tune into this stuff. Collectively, we're getting, the proper report about what it is. We know.
And it is so much greater. You're right.
It's an ascension as well, and that's how we know, right? Because we don't need somebody externally telling us. It's an ascension.
Absolutely.
So that's how we know that's what it is. She's primordial.
Yeah.
3i Atlas is primordial. She's that real creator essence, that real primordial mothery essence to me anyway. That's what she really feels like to me. And she's communicating like
Mama
with
landing.
everything.
I believe that's true with the foundation of self, why we need foundation, because it's just like a tree. And to be that antenna, you can't do it without good roots. And you can't root in and ground into the 3 aspects of Gaia without it. because it's more than one thing. It's Tri-Gaia, the Trinity of Gaia, her emerald heart. We have to plug into the roots of the emerald heart. That's the part of her we stand on, the landscape we can see. But she has a galactic center, and Gaia's galactic center is a white diamond. And the white diamond heart of Gaia is very important to plug into. And if you practice this as a meditation, meditate with the emerald heart, and you'll get messages about what you're supposed to be doing in the world, in your everyday life. Meditate on her galactic center, and you'll hear from the star nations and the families of light and what you need to be doing with them. And if you go into the blue diamond heart, the blue temple, the blue lotus, the blue rose, the blue, it's new creation. That's the new earth. So the Trinity of Gaia is very important for us to be rooting into her, and being able to be foundational is key. Because Helen, you might have noticed this with integrating people. If you aren't integrated, you don't plug in. You don't plug in. So that integration, what you were just speaking, is so important, and it's absolutely true, and it's true for every single person on the earth. It doesn't. I don't care where you're from. The truth of wholeness in its integration map. And I have a cosmology map that I share. That's another map we should share about sometime. In the map sharing, I'll bring my map. You bring your map. But that map has this amazing story that's universal and mystery, all the way back into the mystery school teachings for thousands of years, back to Egypt, back to the Serengeti. So when the original 9 came to the earth to seed life here. When I started working with Mother 2 years ago to teach the Dragon Journey course, Divine Mother asked me to teach this course with her. When the God Source shows up and says, teach a class with me, you don't go, no. You go, okay. So I said, okay. And I had no idea what I was going to be teaching. I had no clue. I went into that course teaching for the last 2 years. Open, completely open, not planning every class. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what we're going to be doing. When we arrive in the journey work, and you go into journey work right now, it's really fabulous to do this. We bent time, and we went into the original temples of Kem and the Serengeti and saw everyone arriving. And we then saw our own relationship to those frequencies, and some of us became them. And as we were there, remembering body after body, we traveled through all these temples from the inner earth. We wound up going into places in the earth many of you have forgotten existed, like the Avis Plateau, which is a place when you could stand when all the volcanoes were going. That took us into a transition from the time of our dinosaurs and our big dragons walking on the earth. So all of those energies shifted, and we went back into that. And we were seeing into places and spaces in the earth, and we traveled into the crystals and the chambers of the story keepers, and into the dream keepers in Australia. And we were there at Ayers Rock and going down into the library that's there, because there's a living library under Ayers Rock that the old ones have been holding for thousands of years. And when we journeyed into each place, all the way up into Andromeda and into the solar system and into the galactic hubs, one of the things that Mother kept doing with us to help us was recalibration. You can go into galactic centers and ask to be recalibrated, and your whole entire body will adjust to the new energies. And it's sometimes something we forget to know that we can ask for. So remember to know that you can ask for recalibration right now on the earth with these waves when they come in. Ask to recalibrate with the earth. And all the love of the families of light that are sending their codes and their messages and their heart songs to you. Because when you recalibrate with the Trinity, the 3 earth hearts, you really take in a lot more rebalancing really fast. And your energy will start to take in the new songs and gifts from everyone. Because we're not just talking about what we're ciphering. We're talking about what we're doing. we're here praying and sending light to everyone and sharing it. And whether it's an individual we're working with, or the whole planet, or the entire solar system, or creation in this universe, because we are really busy doing all of that. And our bodies, our multidimensional bodies, are in the project with the Divine Mother, Father, creators, doing the big cleanup project, Shadow into Light here. And that's what we're doing, Shadow into Light project, the Shadow into Light project. This is what the Mother calls it. This is the Shadow into Light project. You're part of it, and you have 18 bodies, and they're dancing with me. Okay. Really? Okay. Thank God I don't think about that. So 18 bodies at once, I might just like checking out of here now. Bye. So anyway, but there's this incredible thing of attunement and light coming through us, and working with your male and female when you do inner child work. Always do inner child work with your masculine and feminine. If you work with a 4-year-old self, work with your little boy and your little girl, regardless of what sex you are, because it's not about your gender. It's about the fact that the moment you're born, we are reflecting off of men and women with each other. The whole journey, we are reflecting off of men and women, and we take different messages in from them. So you'll find your inner 4-year-old little girl has a story, and your little boy has a whole nother story. For me, being wounded by a male when I was 3 and attacked, I did inner work for a long time with my feminine, but when I found my little boy, I found my wounded story, my wounded self, and I was finally able to heal it. And if I'd never found that wounded little boy in me, I wouldn't have been able to ever get whole. I would have never made it to wholeness. So finding those reflective parts are sometimes really fascinating. And in my work with people, I see again and again a person going, wow, my little girl is like really open and gregarious, but my little boy is shut down. And I said, well, look at what that's reflecting off of. And your wounded self will carry the story from the reflection of itself. So if you were hurt from a man, your masculine side's going to share the wound with you. If it was a girl or a woman, you're going to take it from the feminine. And then the body maps it. The map I learned, it actually shows up in the map. And it actually shows up physically. Your fingers, if you anoint your hands, will show it to you. They'll literally close up if they're wounded when you anoint the hand. And so these stories of what the body tells and what our cells can tell us, we need to open more and include more of ourself as a self. You're male and female, regardless of your gender. You're here with your own masculine and your own feminine. And we were not just unified once. The lights that we're moving into in the singularity, the oneness, it's very interesting. A lot of the creator gods and goddesses that create universes start out as a higher body of light that unites, and then they split and drop down and make a male and female version of itself for you to play with. It's almost like, here, I want you to have a toy. Look at that. And you can play with it as a woman, or you can play with me as a man. Your choice, but we're one. And so they sit as a trinity. The makers of this universe are a trinity. The alpha and the omega of this universe did that. So we are a reflection of what our creators in this universe created. And we're partnered with them in the dance that's here. And a lot of what's happening right now is really fun if you can go to the edge of the universe and hop into their creation temples. There's so many temples in this universe to step into, billions. So there's a lot of remembering to do, folks. And time bending is now a part of reality for us. We are, many of us, time bending, which means temple to temple, door to door. From time and space, we're not whooshing through wormholes anymore. We're going door to door, one place to another now. So there's a Bible.
I'm feeling that Mother is calling us to completion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to have any last words?
I just wanted to have a little kōrero into the similarities between our journeys is phenomenal, you know. I think a big piece for me, Te Raukara brought through a training with the wharitanga to the womb training, which is actually clearing the space in the womb, in the pelvic bowl and the organs, especially the liver, where we hold all the hatred and all that, and then opening up all the 7 gates. It's a phenomenal teaching. I think she's going to offer it online. Highly recommend that. Powerful, powerful. It really was a lost piece of myself that I had to go and reclaim. So yeah, I'm really into the 000 reset, and that's what we're here for.
Right on.
And
Beautiful.
yeah. Okay. So beautiful space sharing. Mwah.
Thank you.
Esha,
Thank you.
I would like to just quickly share a karakia just to close out, which the ancestors have asked me to bring through. This is also for these interstellar beings that are coming in. This is actually to welcome them in officially with all of us together. And it's a little karakia that, is being brought through for us all at this time. This is a uniting of Mu. Te wairua tapu te kotahitanga o te Mu. Haere mai, kakahutia mātou i tō aroha, whakakotahitia na iwi katoa, i raro i te rangi, kotahi, ka hoki i te oranga, ka tau, te rongo, ko te hā o te Mu e manawatia. Tuturu whakamawa ki a tīna, haumi e, hui e, tai
Yeah.
O sacred spirit, come cloak us in your love. Unite all tribes as one beneath the one sky. Let healing return. Let peace settle. The breath of Mu is now embraced with you. It is fixed, it is bound, and we are joined together as one.
Thank you. Thank you so much to the Dragon Island people. That's who the people of Mu and Waitaha people are to my heart. Thank you to the Dragon Island people, the ancient family, and all that you've carried and all that you're bringing forth and all that you're remembering and sharing again with us. Thank you so much. So grateful to be here with you in this moment, and so honored to be here in this circle, this sacred place, in this sacred time, in this sacred weaving. May we continue to meet and gather and express and create, co-create and manifest and bring things to light. And my shares and Mayana's shares teachings will be on the grandmother's site. You can see our postings there. We'll be sharing them there with all of you. And we look forward to doing this.
So will the Galactic Grandmothers of Mu, I'm sure. We have Global Grandmothers Events is a group that's just for sharing our teachings and activities. And each of us have wisdom to bring, and it's so important that we honor each other's wisdom and join with each other in the teachings and weave together what we each know into a blanket and quilt of what we all can know. And as guardians of the gateway, we five have set the star tone for guarding this gateway. And there's a little video that will play out, but as you go back to this video on YouTube or on the grandmothers, put your links to your work in the comments from the video that's playing, the live stream that'll stay up. So be sure to put your links to your work in the comments. And I want to just offer my deep gratitude to the 44 women who took the time to sign up for Zoom. And I would love to counsel with a group of people who know what they're doing so we can not have these snafus ever again.
Calling tech helpers, young people, technical skills.
There's a little video that'll play us out. And don't forget about Guardians of the Sacred. And,
Yep.
and if you'd like to donate to help Kelly or I get there, that would be really welcome. And this is the QR code to make donations to help us with our travel expenses. And I'm going to just very quickly also say, I guess I should leave that up there. I'm going to also say that I have a home in Virginia that has 2 rooms that are available for conscious people if they need a place, if they need a home, that we are open to home sharing on 2.3 acres. And we have 2 lovely bedrooms. So if somebody's interested, reach out to me.
Beautiful. Thank you, Mayana. Thank you, lovely sisters. Blessings on this share, this beautiful heart weaving, and all that we've given here. May everyone receive all that they need from all this love that we poured out to you, and may you continue to grow and glow and go forward with your lights. Thank you so much. Blessings to all of you. Blessings, blessings, many blessings.
Thank you, sisters. Beautiful. Ayo, blessings
Yeah.
to
Thank
all.
you.
Peace, love,
Ngā
joy,
te
and
wā.
growth.
Ngā te wā.